Tell your friends we're coming for them.
Tell your friends we're coming for them.
Love that line. I like to have identified a character's way of speaking before I do grunting for them. We don't see the script ahead of time. Mass Effect, the entirety of that game, I never saw a word.
Big stupid jellyfish.
Rivet is so near and dear to my heart.
Yes, hi.
The mind of Ken Levine is a gorgeous thing.
The same coin.
A different perspective.
Did you work out what was going on in that game from the script?
No! No, are you kidding? No!
The only place where they are truly released from the shackles of the Patriots. The place where they can be free. Outer Haven.
Outer Haven.
When I think back on Naomi Hunter, one of my favorite things is that I bugged the casting director and the voice director, same person, to see if she'd see a couple of my friends. And she did, and they ended up in the game, which, they ended up in the game. David Hayter. She let me call him and tell him that he got the job, which was just such a joy.
Snake, can you hear me? It's Naomi.
Naomi? What the hell?
And I remember recording that game. We were in this crazy thing. It was like a house. There was no glass between us and the team. No, there's always glass. There's always soundproofing. So everybody just had to be still. And every now and then a truck would roll down the road. It was in the middle of Hollywood, very loudly, and we'd just have to stop.
Snake,
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake.
Naomi.
My favorite bits are in between the takes. When he starts giving me crap about what my character's doing to him, and I'm like I decided to do this. Like I wrote this. I just punch him.
I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes, that's right.
David did an enormous amount for us as a cast, because between the time we did the first Metal Gear and the second one, he hit for writing X-Men. And he had a bit more clout the second time around, and he used it to uplift every single one of us, to uplift our salaries, to uplift our working conditions. And one of the things that he really pressed for was the cast to be together in a room as much as possible recording.
Snake. I knew you'd come. You and I, neither of us can escape our fate.
Yeah, that made a huge difference, and it was really, really fun. And he's one of my closest friends, so it's always a blast recording with him.
Are you all right?
Who are you?
Making Emma different was very important to me, and making her distinct and have her own life and her own sound and everything about her be different. I was so blown away that I got to be a second significant character in the same franchise that I took that very seriously.
The sunset. It's beautiful.
I know that role is mainly kind of effort sounds.
You realize I can only respond to you in grunts if we're talking about Samus.
Did you want to give her a voice? Was that ever? I'm sure you heard there's been this intro narration uncovered for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Was that you?
I don't know. I haven't heard it. It could well be.
I can find it for you if you'd like to hear it.
Yeah,
Would
play
you know
it.
if you heard it?
No, I haven't heard it.
Okay.
I haven't heard it. Let's hear it.
Samus exterminated the energy-based parasites called Metroids and defeated Mother Brain.
That's Vanessa.
The leader of the
Vanessa
that's not
Marshall.
you.
Nope.
Okay.
And I adore
interesting.
Vanessa. I love that we actually share this role. It's so crazy. And I'm not sure why. I never remember saying no to this. I would never have said no to doing this again, but they may have preferred her work. I have no idea. I like to have identified a character's way of speaking before I do grunting for them. How you grunt is different to how I grunt, is to how anyone else grunts. It's very specific. If you're a civilian and you're grunting, you're like, because it's all surprising and it's all new. If you've done it a million times, you're like, because you've gone over fire 1,800 times and you're used to it.
You can deny what you are, Evan, but you're only fooling yourself. I know the truth. I have seen the shadows inside your mind.
Bastila was an amazing experience. I mean, number one, to be part of the Star Wars universe. Hello. Don't throw me in that briar patch. Yes, please.
I'm a Jedi. Such feelings, such attractions are, well, they're beneath me, quite frankly.
We recorded all the light side stuff first. And then I came back to do more, and I wasn't sure because I thought we'd completed the story arc. And I thought, well, maybe they just wanted it better or different, or I don't know. And I went back in, and they were like, okay, she's now the dark side. I was like, what? I think I felt personally betrayed somehow. It was the first time I'd encountered that option and that possibility, but it was really, really fun. Once you just surrender to the dark side, it's really fun.
You will be crushed with the Republic and all the fools who bow down to the Jedi Council. No one can stand against the power of the Starforge and the Sith fleet.
I play probably a lot more villains in animated series and features than I do in gaming.
My ghoulies!
That's payback, you dumbass.
And it is brilliantly fun. You can be as rude as they make them. You're completely over the top. The heroes are what I wish I was, and the villains are what I wish I could say.
This isn't how we planned this mission, but this is where we're at.
One of my favorite moments is just a simple line, and I think it's toward the end of 3. Tell your friends we're coming for them.
Tell your friends we're coming for them.
I love that line. Everybody loves my "you big stupid jellyfish," and I'm like, nah, tell your friends we're coming for them. Love that.
Humanity needs to do this. Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped, and I promise you all, we will stop him.
I think it speaks to a lot that people still come up to me in vast numbers, this many years after the fact, just deeply moved by and extremely passionate about the game and the universe. And what they set out to do was extraordinary, and they did it so beautifully.
And obviously there is a new Mass Effect on the way. If you were asked, would you be?
I would be there before they finish the sentence. Yes.
Would it have to be Shepard for you, or would you play anyone?
Anyone. I love that universe.
But you haven't been asked yet.
Not yet. I'm ready. Anytime. And you know what? Everyone out there, the more you tell them what you want, maybe the likelier it is it'll happen.
What exactly is it that you and I know?
That our place in the universe is more fragile than we'd like to think.
We don't see the script ahead of time 85, 90% of the time. Mass Effect, the entirety of that game, I never saw a word. Mass Effect 1, it was paper, so I could at least flip ahead and see what was coming and kind of scan it and make some decisions. But in 2 and 3, they used a completely digital system. And I would not know what I was about to say till it popped up on the iPad.
You big stupid jellyfish.
Yeah, it was all cold reading, and it was all done out of context. You might do a line from the beginning of the game, then the end, then the middle, then here, then there, and you just never know. It's all living completely in the moment. I come up here for my peace and quiet. I'm not interrupting nap time, am I? I don't look at the size of the series and the enormity of the IP. I look at the story and where I fall in the story. And that one was super fun because it was performance capture. I love performance capture. I mean, aside from the really gross, Velcro pajamas we wear, it's a blast, absolute blast, because you get to work with your fellow performers.
Hi there.
Well, hello, Spartan.
Paul DeMarco. I lead Fire Team Majestic.
Wow, a whole fire team, huh?
I didn't catch your name?
Sarah Palmer. Commander Sarah Palmer. I lead all the fire teams aboard Infinity.
Fire Team Majestic, Commander on deck!
I got to be on set and actually talking to people and doing that. It was like, same with Iron Man VR and NAC, a bunch of things like that I've done PCAP on. It was just a blast. My favorite moment as Sarah Palmer is, I thought you'd be taller.
I thought you'd be taller.
That's worse style.
The same coin.
A different perspective.
Heads.
Tails.
Dead.
Alive.
Every moment behind the scenes was a favorite moment. Working with Ken I got to work in the booth with Oliver at the same time because Oliver Becker, crazy talented guy.
I never find that as satisfying as I'd imagined.
Chin up, there's always next time.
I suppose there is.
And Ken Levine, the mind of Ken Levine is a gorgeous thing. And being in those sessions, I mean, we're talking physics, we're talking the nature of reality as we're singing, row, row, row your boat. He would do this incredible thing where we would get the scene as written and he'd go, okay, what do you want to do? And we would just play with it. And Oliver is so quick and so funny and just so on it and such an incredible actor and scene partner. We had an amazing time just surfing through that content.
Why do you ask what?
When the delicious question is when.
Lives, lived, will live.
Dies, died, will die.
Did you work out what was going on in that game from the script?
No. No, are you kidding? No. First of all, I don't see anyone else's lines. And we're working simply in isolation, right? It's kind of perfect though, because you're living as those characters do. Like, I don't know the rest of your life before you came in here. I'm not reading about it, right, in a script. I'm just seeing you in this moment. And that's quite often how game production works.
Who are you? We are where we are needed.
And needed where we are.
You know, I hope we all have voices in our heads. Well, if not, I have voices in my head. I always have, and a couple of them have been British ever since I can remember. So there you go. Yeah. Don't throw me out for doing this here right now. I feel like it's a sort of blasphemy to do this while I'm sitting in London.
If you cross me, or if you break your word, there'll be hell to pay. You can count on it.
Now, I lived in Alabama for 19 years. So Ashe comes right out of the middle of my experience. We're kind of riffing on her lines, you know, her key lines there. And they had, you know, round here, it's my way or the highway, and they weren't thrilled with it. And I was like, okay. They said, just play with it. And I went, okay. I said, round here, it's my way, or who am I kidding? It's my way. You know, and they kept it, and I was like, yes.
It's my way. Or, well, who am I kidding? It's my way.
Character's a character because a person is a person, right? And it's my job to come in with a fully well-rounded being that you guys can jump in and enjoy, you know, playing as. And it's all full picture to me. It's just a matter of which part of the picture do I get to deploy in which situation. And I do love a good scene. There's something so satisfying about a good scene. Like when I first recorded Ashe, it was with Matt Mercer. Andrea Romano directed us doing the cinematic, the original cinematic, which was just so much fun.
I've been kind of busy.
We're pretty busy ourselves, so it's awful convenient you showing up today.
Yeah, you never been one to shy away from a good tip.
Funny story about that. I had recorded that cinematic with Matt, and I knew what was coming. And then I think it's the first time I ever came to the UK to a convention. It was in, I think, Manchester. And the Overwatch cast was there. And they were everybody was just gaga about the Overwatch cast. And I kept wanting to go with them to things they would do. And I'm like, nope, they haven't said anything yet. I've just got to pretend like I'm not part of that game. It was wild.
Hey, it's okay. See? Just me.
Rivet is so near and dear to my heart. I think for me, when I got the audition sides, because, you know, this is the thing I don't think people realize, we audition for everything. I mean, I will sometimes get things brought to me, which is lovely, but I auditioned for that along with a bunch of other wonderful people. But the minute I saw that script, it just clicked.
Who are you?
Someone with a lot of questions. Let's go for a ride.
Chris Salter directed that as well, and she said, she's you. And I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be fun. And what I loved about Rivet was, you know, people have had me in this box for a long time. And it was really fun to go back to this part of me and live in this part of me and occupy this vocal space and just be that indomitable piece of myself. And it was just really, really fun.
Hey! Hey! Yes, hi!
The thing that I remember that was kind of torturous was there's a part Rivet's often in motion. I'll try to do this without leaving the frame here. And I had to do so many things going like this in the booth, but not have my mouth leave the microphone and like nail this. And it was a really specific physical way that Chris had in mind for this action. And Chris Zimmerman-Salter is one of the best voice directors that will ever be. And you go in a session with that woman and it is like getting your butt kicked and like you've never done it before. I don't care how many times you've done it. You will come out of there better than when you stepped in. She's one of those.
So if Ratchet is an alternate dimension me and Clank is an alternate dimension you, were we meant to team up too?
They do seem happy together.
Yeah. Guess being on my own is just what I'm used to.
Me too.
A being is a being to me. And they might have certain affectations physically that'll inform how the voice comes out, but typically, yeah, no. A being is a being. They all get my full attention.
It seems I'm unfashionably late, but I'm ready to give you everything you want.
It's rare that I'll step into a character in anything that's been done before, and when I do, I very thoroughly check my sources. I find out what's going on, why is the original person not back in it. If I know them, I will reach out and call them. In this case, again, Chris Zimmerman-Salter, she reached out to me directly and explained what was happening and what was needed, and I trust her completely. And I was absolutely on board. In that one, I had to absolutely honor what was there. And I dug in and I auditioned. She said, will you audition? I said, tell me what's going on first. And she told me what was going on. I said, absolutely, I can do that. And I really listened and kept it as closely as I could. And the beauty of that one is that in this one, spoiler alert, Bayonetta's in a multiverse. So you only had about a half a dozen lines that were the original Bayonetta. So it was great to kind of get to explore those different avenues of Bayonetta.
More new faces, I see. Then perhaps a bit of fancy dress is in order.
Mother of demons, harbinger of the midnight sun, prophecy or not, you overstep, challenging the sorcerer supreme.
Be silent.
This is the thing, villains, evil characters don't see themselves as evil. Rarely do they. Every character believes they're right. You're just either slow or you don't get it. I don't have time for you to catch up.
Ow! Be gone. No! A fellow daughter of Transia. You remind me of my own beloved.
I had the great privilege of being invited to be on a panel at Comic-Con a few years ago honoring Stan Lee. The moderator for the panel said at that time that apparently I've done more Marvel roles than any other woman on the planet. And I was like, what? Wait, what? Really? Wow. It's kind of like how I found out how to get his record. I was like, wait, what? I do? I love the universe. One year, David Hayter, for his birthday, I brought him a book of artwork of Marvel characters. I just thought it was gorgeous. And he opened it up and he said the most brilliant thing. He said, this is our modern mythology. And it really is. And to be part of the storytelling of our modern mythology is just, it's wild to me that I get to do that. It makes me very happy to have the option to actually pretend that I get to save the universe every now and then. Because wouldn't that be great?
I failed you.
No. You saved me. Saved us all.
Shepard, Rivet, Rosalind Lutece, Bastila Shan, Sarah Palmer, any of them, all of them. Just more, please.
And if you like that, why not check out Ashley Birch, aka Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, also breaking down all her characters.